What's going on, YouTube? What's up, Detroit? Will from Bedell Management here. Short, quick update to explain certain things, why labor is so much on certain jobs. This don't have anything to do with that. I just took this off because I didn't like the bow inside of it. I think I'm going to talk them into grabbing granite and put up here. We'll see. But this video is to explain certain things. Now I'm going to show you something, and this should explain why certain stuff costs the amount of money that it costs to do the stuff that we do. Okay. Now, I believe I showed this in the last video, and whoever did the work before did garbage. They put the trap on this side. Why, I don't know, because you would never be able to snake it out. You would never be able to get to it. So, redoing this, I didn't refigurate it. That sounds bad. I didn't redid this over maybe 4 or 5 times before I came up with how this looks. Easy to snake out, easy to get to from behind the tub. Okay, now, for me to get to this point, I had to cut some pieces of wood out, right there, went all the way across, which held up some other stuff that basically was falling apart anyway. And since this already have a hole in it, I didn't want to damage this or weaken it even more. See that hole right there? Plumbers love drilling holes and cutting joists and doing everything they can to get a pipe in, because once the ceiling is up, nobody sees it, and that's how they feel. So I want to make sure this is strong. So, okay, first thing, got to cut that, right? Okay. Nails, yeah. Okay. Cut those slots out, okay. Cut those other pieces out up there, okay. And it's a drill, some screws, and stuff like that. Okay, now let me show you why do it cost so much for labor. This why it costs so much for labor. I used the mini saw to cut the slots that was underneath the floor. I used the Sawzall to cut those 1x4 so I can get those slots out. Used the drill to drill a couple screws in there because I like screws and nails together. Measuring tape to measure it. Square to keep the saw straight when I cut the wood. Hole saw. Hammer, because I want to make sure all my nails are sunk. Nail gun. Now you sit there and say, well, what do that mean? Okay, let's start off with the nail gun. Nail gun is $400. That drill and that battery, $300. That drill, battery, and attachment to make it work to an 18, you're looking at $150. The new Sawzall, another $179. The mini saw, $129. That square, $19. That hammer, $35. That level, that's measuring tape, was I think $12. I didn't pay that much for it. The cheapest thing down there is the pencil. Of course, the screwdriver cost me $10. So if I add that up, what's that? We're looking at almost $1,200 worth of tools. $1,200 worth of tools just to make sure that this is right, up to code, and you are able to snake it out. That's the main thing. Will a snake go through there without getting bind up? The answer to that, yes. It will be able to go through there with no problem if this ever had to be snaked out. I cleaned it out before I did everything, so we're not going to have no problem. But this is why labor costs so much on jobs. Now I can go with Ryobi tools. They would have did the same thing other than with that hole saw. And, I don't think Ryobi has that. But I probably would have taught Ryobi by now. because I did burn out a Sawzall, and I'm using my 18 volt because I burnt my own 20 volt drill out, waiting on it to come back. So, like I said, this was just a quick short video, not an update on anything. As you can see, I got tired of looking at the house, and it was time to get rid of a lot of stuff. So I got a little more wood to burn, get that out the way, and put my drywall up. I got to clean all my edges, as you see it. I cleaned this wall. I got to throw my insulation in here. Figure out what we're going to do with that, so I might just leave that for last. They still undecided. I keep telling them don't run it through the floor. But, you know, hey, not going to worry about it at the moment. So, matter of fact, if I had the parts here, I'm going to just go ahead and cut that out and put it in the studs, run it through the studs. So, like I said, this wasn't an update or anything. Just wanted to show you something different on these videos and why stuff costs so much. This is why a job would cost so much. Will from Bedell Management, out.